Today, from Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte, North Carolina, it's Week 13 of the NFL on EA Sports.
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And able to get this out to the 25. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. They'll be led out by their rookie quarterback from the University of Illinois.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance, because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him the win. Now a play fake here on first down. Rolling to his right. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
The CD, this offense at 11-0 now on the year. A few weeks ago, I remember asking you what kind of percentage chance that you thought they had at staying unbeaten the entire season. I think you said 25%. I'd imagine that number probably grown since then.
I would agree with you, and I'm going to actually bump it up to closer to 50%, only because they still have some tough games to come. And keeping that focus throughout the entire season, that's been a really difficult thing to pull off. But so far, they've done it, and they've done it well.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15. Oh, a design run for their wideout. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
Third down, here's Tracy.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. And quickly, they get to the line.
Tracy going to get it on first down.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
Now a handoff running through the middle. That's a gain of 6 on the first down run.
Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 8. Tracy trying the right side. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40.
Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Past the 20. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. On the give, it's Tracy.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, the Giants are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. He couldn't quite reach the chalk, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line.
Looking to throw. Leach. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Giants will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And he'll wisely just take a knee here. This ball will come out to the 30-yard line.
So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And leading them out is their 5th-year quarterback.
You're talking about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He was able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
Young off the play fake.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll drop to throw.
Outright, he finds Tolbert.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
3rd and 5.
Throwing, Young. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes.
Dexter Lawrence in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. Last week, a strong showing, up over 100, also 2 trips to the end zone.
It's the kind of
evades the tackler, and now some space. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
49 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he takes it into the end zone for a Giant TD. A great effort there.
With his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Giants are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead.
Now the try here for the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away.
And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30.
The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their 2nd drive.
Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
On 2nd down, Brooks.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Young.
This ball taken in here by Brooks.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5.
Now a give right side. Randall.
And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance. Reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. I think you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
Here's Michael Dixon now to punt. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here.
The throw over the middle taken in.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
22 yards there, a first down.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory.
2nd and 5.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Leach.
This pass into the hands of Bellinger.
And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Throwing on first down. Leach. Touchdown, Giants.
Malik Neighbors.
A 20-yard touchdown.
And the Giants have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Charles, every time that he makes one of these plays, I think the front office, they get a bigger and bigger collective smile because they feel more confident that they have found their guy, their future at quarterback.
And they should feel that way. It's obvious he's a big part of why they have such a good record this season. You're right about the bright future as well, and by association, a bright future for the franchise too.
That time a 6-play drive, and it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants.
And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line.
Carolina getting set to take the field.
And, Charles, you look at these two teams, and these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them, depending on your point of view.
And if you're dreading them, you're not going to go very far in the playoffs. You need to look forward to these kind of games because here we've got 2 division leaders, both real contenders for the NFC title. And you're right, you love having easy games on your schedule, but you need some games like this to toughen you up a bit and ensure that you're ready for the shock of playoff football.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Young. Short throw to the tight end, Thomas.
And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Young going to give to Brooks.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but from both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first. Now Young.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Panthers first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. A first down throw for Young. Over the middle, complete. It's Brooks. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at one 48-yard line and ended at the other. Over the middle, it's Thomas. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 29-yard line. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains. Young on first down. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. That one completes Allegiant. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 14. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. It's Young on first down. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Young now. Open man is Duvernay. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow.
Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Dexter Lawrence. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things definitely getting interesting around the NFL as we begin the month of December. So let's get right to it. We'll begin our trip around the NFL with an interesting one right off the bat. And it's the home team who are out in front. Jaden Daniels has thrown a touchdown pass. From there, we move to Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City to see what's going on with the Chiefs. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Raiders. Deontay Johnson, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. As you can see the score there in the second quarter. Former number 1 overall pick Joe Burrow with a touchdown pass.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
The Panthers going to get the football first, trailing here as well as we resume play in this second half.
And the half will begin with a touchback. The Panthers going to take over here to start quarter number 3.
And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
From the 46, here's second down and 2. Here's a handoff to Brooks running left.
He'll get only a couple down to the 44.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Third and short yardage. Young able to find the open man. That's complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 23. A good pickup there, 21 yards. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Up the middle with Brooks here. What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground with Brooks.
And here he'll get it down to the 7.
57 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign.
Young to throw it. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, a Panther was able to get on this, so Carolina keeps the ball.
We hear them discuss red zone efficiency a lot, CD, and they almost gave that one up in the red zone. Luckily, they'll have another shot.
And you and I both know that every offensive coordinator, play caller in the league, they take particular delight in the red zone calls because those are the payoff ones. But you can't call a play if your team doesn't have the ball. Got to secure it.
Now Jason Sanders for the field goal try. This from 32 yards away. Sanders' kick is good. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need them to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half.
Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. On second down, they'll run it here. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the third down conversion.
Well, they gave themselves options there on the third down play and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
Now the first carry here for the running back. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Right back to him on first down. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
From the 20, here's a second down and 4.
And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Sets him up nicely. First and goal. It was a pickup of 14. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be second and goal. And we're back now in Charlotte. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown.
Malik Neighbors
His second touchdown of the game, 17th on the year.
And the Giants add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Extra point right down the middle, and they open the lead up now to 25. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away.
And he'll wisely just take a knee here. This ball will come out to the 30-yard line. Possession of the football goes over to Carolina. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there. And trailing big here in this fourth quarter. Got a man. That's Leggett.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now here's Young. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Brooks. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Young to throw it.
Fires a slant, complete to Tolbert.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. They'll throw again. Young. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. This offense so far on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Young.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 35. To throw, Young. Over the middle, complete. It's Brooks. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants him to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
Ingram again. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
So a decent deficit at this stage in the second half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose yardage, this is the play call that I'll have ready.
Brooks is into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown.
Did my eyes deceive me, or was that an I formation play that was just run there for a touchdown?
A little old school eye.
How about that? Was that a fullback, tailback, running it into the end zone?
Well, that's what that fullback's for, right? That's why you use that. Let him pave the way.
Oh, without a doubt. He's an extra blocker, and he did his job well on that play.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is down to 28-10. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be covered up by the Giants. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown.
Malik Neighbors from 17 yards out. And the Giants are going to be moving on to 12-0 as they extend their lead further. Point after, right down the middle. And they open the lead up now to 25. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Young will set to throw. He gets it to Thomas. 7 yards there and a first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. They go play action. Young. Thomas brings it in. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Given back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another first down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
They'll try and set up the... Oh, now he's stripped. He lost the football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget. Absolutely. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there. And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped. That one looks like he'll throw here. Over the middle, taken in by Neighbors. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. And now they're in the hurry-up. They'll look to throw again. That's going to be caught. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Another touchdown here in the fourth quarter. And, Charles, I think we can start to consider that this undefeated streak of theirs is going to be safe for another week. And, partner, you don't make it this far into a season without a loss unless you're getting contributions from both sides of the ball and sometimes even your special teams. And that's been true today. Each side helping guide them to this late lead. Now the try here for the point after. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. The Carolina offense about ready to go. CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. Young looks to throw on first down. And he loses the football a second time. And the Giants have it. It's picked up.
Now inside the 25.
And that might just cement it. A return for a late touchdown. Fumbles, that's how you get in the...
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
The fumble on first down. Now here's second down.
Now Young.
And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here is Young. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Carolina. Taking it about the 16. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10.
Off play action. Leach. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Giants, the streak continues as they push their mark to a perfect 12-0 now on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, it's a tough one to swallow as they drop back to 8-4 on the year. And they'll try to turn it around next week as they head to Atlanta for a matchup with the Falcons. So that's a wrap. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. Till next time, we say so long from Charlotte.